Hey guys, Jay, welcome back to the channel. What is wrong with my camera? Okay, that's odd. That looks very, very weird. There's the problem. I found it. It's going to pause for a quick second, but it will eventually turn back on. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay. I want to wish everybody out there, all the fathers out there, and everybody out there, I guess, happy Father's Day, everybody. Yes, today's Father's Day. And I'm not going to lie, I was late starting the stream tonight because I was spending time with my father and my family. Um, you know, um, it's one of those things. I have an extended family as well. My mom got remarried, and yeah, so I spent time with with her husband, and yeah, he's got kids of his own. So yeah, we had a pretty good time. It was very, very cool. You know what I mean? Like obviously I have experiences, other people have experiences. Um, and I wanted to kind of share, tonight, some of those experiences I had as a kid, growing up here in Ontario, Canada. I was actually born in the Philippines, lived a number of years there, but not enough of my formative years. So, you know, I have flashbacks of when I was a young kid in the Philippines, but nothing really substantial, nothing truly memorable. Well, there are some scary memories that you're always going to have as when you're really really small, and it's one of those things where you talk about it with your folks, and they kind of laugh at it, right? But I'm like, man, I was terrified. I was really scared of that chicken, man. That damn chicken. Holy crap! Like those are the kinds of things. We'll get into that tonight. But yeah, I wanted to come on tonight and say happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Anybody who's celebrating with their dads. Maybe you're not even here because you are celebrating with your dads, and that's great. I'd rather everybody out there have some time with their folks, have some time with their loved ones. If you're a dad, if you're celebrating with your kids, go celebrate with your kids. What are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. You should be playing with your kids and having a good time with them. They can make breakfast in bed or whatever. Really really salty or really really salty eggs. Overly what's it called? Pancakes with too much syrup. All that great stuff. The experiences of being a father and being thing. I wish I had that experience, honestly. Haven't found the right person yet. I think that's something that I'm going to say for the rest of my life. But I hope so. I hope one day to meet Mrs. Right and Mrs. J, Mrs. Retro, if you will. And see maybe if I'll be a father one day. But it might be a little too. I might be a little too over the hill for that. You never know. But for now though, I want to live vicariously through everybody else, and see what you guys have been up to on your Father's Day. um and I just wanted to share a few memories about me and my dad, some of the great things that we did way back in the day. Growing up here in Ontario, Canada, as immigrants. I mean, we came here, and my dad was not Canadian. He's not Canadian. He was Filipino. He's Filipino. He still is Filipino. My mom, again, adjusting to Canadian life. And some of those crazy times we had as growing up here in Canada. Um, but all the great memories, all the great toys, all the great experiences that Dex and I had growing up here in Canada. Um, yeah, it's one of those things, and then today is the time to reminisce about fathers and some of the great times you had. So just a little bit about what happened today. I went and saw my dad. He's in a nursing home now. He's older, but he's still that old piss and vinegar. You know what I mean? He knows. He's still hanging in there. My dad. I've always joked about it. He's gonna outlast all of us. He's a survivor, and you know what? I love him to death. He taught me everything I know. He really is the inspiration for me, for in life. The confidence that he had and exhibited, um, and all the lessons that he taught me. My mom taught me a lot of lessons. Make no mistake, and I love my mom. You know what I mean? She's always been a very inspirational figure in my life as well. That will never change. After they separated, I still live with my mom, and the kind of things she accomplished in her in my time living with her, and everything that she did for me, those were massive in themselves. My dad, though, he taught me a lot about being, a person, and about life here in Canada, and as an immigrant in a foreign country at the time. He taught me a lot, and my mom and dad, they worked really really hard, to put food on the table, to be able to provide a home and a safe environment for me. And those are things that I will never ever forget, and I'll always be grateful for that. And somewhere in between, um, and this is the thing about being an immigrant in Canada and not having as much family time as you can normally. I guess I don't know if there is a normal, but my parents worked really really hard, and very rarely did we have dinner together. You know, it's crazy to think, and a lot of people have they kind of look weird whenever I say these things, but I spent more time growing up, in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, I'm not going to say like everything, but um, I spent a lot of time with my grandparents actually when I was growing up, and my grandmother would always be the one cooking in the house. My grandfather would always be the one taking care of tidying up the place and everything like that. And when my mom and my dad came home, um, we did spend time together. We did play together, but it wasn't you know as frequent as a lot of families, I think. Weekends were really the big thing for us. Weekends were when my dad, my mom would really take us out, and we'd go shopping as a family. Right, we go vacations as a family, and those were the formative years, and memories that I always have. But during a weekday and a week, like when I was growing up, it was usually my grandparents that I stayed with. And whenever my mom would come home, my dad would come home. They would be exhausted, but they'd always find time, to help me with my homework, to read me a story. And it's amazing how much time they would sacrifice in order to do that. And I take it for at the time I took it for granted, and now that it's time for me, to take care of my dad, and my mom, in a sense. My mom's actually still pretty independent right now. She has a new husband, and they're managing. My father, unfortunately, he's gone through a bit of a rough patch. He's in a nursing home, and we've gone closer together now because of that. um, and today, it was a great showcase for us. I was able to see him, and we had a picnic, if you will. I actually took him outside of the nursing home. We set up a nice little table, and yeah, we had some menudo, which is a traditional Filipino dish. Um, and we had some what's it called, biko, which is a nice Filipino dessert. And yeah, it was just wonderful to be able to reminisce with him and talk a little bit. My dad's a huge history buff, and in order to keep his mind sharp, to try and remember everything about that, he always asks us, to tell him about history, and quiz him and things like that. And it's always fun being able to try and stump my dad in history. But he's too smart. He's still very sharp as a whip. That guy, like, seriously, he's still able to recall all those memories of different Greek gods, and some mythology and little factoids that really I had no idea. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was always great. And Dex was with us today, and yeah, he, um, you know, we had a chance to catch up, and it was really great being able to see my dad again. Um, so today I wanted to, like, just share some memories with you guys about my dad, and the kind of things that we did together as a family. And I wanted to to find out, how about you guys, like, how was your Father's Day? Are you fathers, any of you guys, or are you mothers who took your husband out for Father's Day, and took your kids together with and had that kind of daddy daughter, daddy son kind of day. What was today like for you guys? I'm always fascinated by that, because I don't have kids of my own. Um, and yeah, and then I have a whole bunch of things I want to catch up on today. So just wanted to pardon me, guys, to catch up with you guys. Today's been crazy. I don't know if like If you guys suffer from allergies, I've been suffering like I suffer from allergies every single freaking year. And being outside in the park today, being on the lawn of the nursing home, we were underneath this big tree, and it's just one of those things where if you're an allergy sufferer, you're going to realize what I'm talking about. But you get congested, you get stuffed up. It can be really annoying and stuff. Um, so I did want to get started on this and chat about it, but furthering to that, ow, oh gosh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like my allergies just keep coming up. But before we get started, I did want to give some like do some housekeeping. Pardon me, guys. As some of you might not know, or some of you know, or some of you do, so as some of you already know, and some of you don't know, I have a, I have a new PO box. And I started coming up with this idea for a PO box because I've been getting a lot of requests for to review products, and some I say no problem to. Some I look at them like, nah, that's not really that cool. But I do want to give the opportunity for people to send me products to review, or custom. What I mean, sorry, products is not what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about like custom action figures and things like that. I would love to do that. Like Ramen Toy is a good example of that, where they were able to send me a test shot, and actually we met here on live stream. So I would love to have the opportunity to do something like that again. So if there are any toy manufacturers out there who are on stream right now and would like to get my opinion on certain action figures and everything like that, I would love to do that. I think it's a lot of fun. And anybody who wants to send me some mail, I have a couple of regular viewers who do send me some mail that I do open up here on the stream sometimes, usually when I do my mail calls on MJR Collector. So yeah, I'd love to be able to do that, connect with everybody on that level, because sometimes it's always cool to see some of your artwork. I would love to see some artwork if anybody has some work that they'd like to show me. I just got one from my good friend Steve, who's been a very big supporter of the channel, and I did showcase. Actually, I will showcase his letter in an upcoming unboxing. Sorry, a mail call video very, very soon. So yeah, again, I invite anybody who has something that they'd like to artwork that they'd like me to show on the channel. Please do send it to me. I would love to showcase your artwork here on the channel. And of course, anybody who has some products or something they'd like to send me for a review, please do. I really do appreciate those types of things, and would love to have some fun and unbox and look at some of those awesome action figures that are out there that perhaps you've customized, or you're looking to get some eyeballs on it because you're interested in maybe getting a product out there. So that's one of the first things that I wanted to talk about. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the channel is going to go through a lot of changes. As a lot of you guys know, this channel in particular, NJR Collector, is mostly about toy hunts and finding things in the wild. The logistics of that has changed. A lot of things have really have caused a necessity for me to tone down or to slow down. Sorry. My hunts, and that's because of pretty obvious gas prices are at an all-time high right now, and for whatever reason in Ontario right now, for right at this moment anyway, where for whatever reason things are slowing down. We're not getting as many products. Like I think I just heard, I've heard reports that Captain of the Guard Tila from the Masterverse has started to peak and show up in different Walmarts. But as usual, if you're not there, on a regular, it's hard to find. I got out to a place, Agent Court Mall, and I found I count them four mermans for the Masterverse, meaning that there were possibly four Captain of the Guard Tilas. But yeah, they're scooping them up, man. Like um, Barbarian Skeletor, Viking He-Man. Yeah, it's just one of those things where the scarcity of these figures here in Ontario necessitate you have to be out and about as often as possible. Problem is that I just can't do that as much as I used to. I mean, I'll still go out for grocery runs and things like that, and stuff that I really have to. And during those times, because it's convenient, I'll be out and hunting. But I used to hit up 4 different cities in a week. You know what I mean? Like I used to go to Pickering. I used to go to Whitby. I used to go to sometimes I would go as far as Etobicoke and Newmarket, Ajax, Aurora, and then here in Markham. I would hit up so many different cities in a week that unfortunately just can't happen anymore. Not on a regular basis anymore, at least, um, because I just can't. I just can't spend that kind of money with the gas. It's just ridiculous. So in lieu of that, I'm gonna start doing other activities as well. I'm still gonna do hunts. We're still gonna have hunts all the time. That's never really gonna stop, but it's gonna be slow down considerably. What I am going to be doing is I'm going to expand my repertoire, if you will. I'm going to expand where and how I do hunting. So a lot of people have suggested on the channel that I should start doing thrifting, and I mentioned this on one of my other streams before, and on my exclusive Patreon stream, I made the announcement first. And guys, if you haven't checked out my Patreon, please do. It's if you have the means to help support the channel, every little bit counts these days. And yeah, in order to again, in order to actually go on these hunts, I need some support to actually get out there and do my thing. But yeah, if we do a lot of great stuff. I have exclusive, early access to videos, exclusive Patreon hangouts, and just a lot of fun stuff that you get to do when you're a Patreon member. And I announced whole bunch of these things that I'm planning on doing on there earlier this week during my hangout with several Patreon members. It was a lot of fun. So definitely check out my Patreon. It's on the YouTube page. I always have it linked in the description below as well. So yeah, definitely come check out my Patreon if you guys are interested. And you don't even have to join my Patreon. You don't even have to become a patron. You can just follow me on Patreon. It's funny how that works. I don't really know exactly what that means, but you can still be a follower of mine but not be a patron. So that's always a lot of fun. And then on Mega J Retro, things are gonna get very, very interesting. I'm planning on doing a brand new series called Building My Toy Room, and that's gonna be pretty decent, big for me, like, because one of the things that a lot of people say about my channel, and a lot of things, not so much about my channel, but about me, is that I'm an inbox collector. I'm a mint on card collector, and that's not true. That's actually nowhere near the truth. I love opening up my toys. I love displaying my toys. You just have to look at Snake Mountain. Stop it! At Snake Mountain over there. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of thing that I love doing. But as you can see with Snake Mountain over there, it's just kind of haphazardly put together. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I took the time to put it together, but at the end of the day, it's not my ideal display, right? So I pulled up my big boy pants and I said, I got to get this done. I actually have to have a display room that I can be proud of and that I can show off and I can put on video. So I've gone and I've started the process, and actually started it last year. In October, like even earlier than that. I actually went and I picked up a couple of items, which I think will be very cool to display, my collection. And I want to take you guys on this journey with me to actually build my toy room. I really want to share that experience with you, and maybe some tips, or my failing, because I'm gonna fail a lot. I have no doubt that I'm gonna mess up. Hopefully, I don't break anything. We'll see how that works. But yeah, that's my main goal, to actually start building up my toy room, my ideal toy room, and just put these amazing action figures that I love so much on display, so you guys can actually see them in display and as a backdrop, and I'll do an entire walk around, and we'll go on that journey together where I build up this toy room. It's going to be a lot of fun. Further into that, I have my last horde tour, because it's not really a room tour, it's more of a horde tour, but this one's actually more of a room tour. It's going to be the tour of my studio. I plan to post that hopefully this week, maybe next week. It depends on my schedule. And I want to just showcase, where everything started, how I started, at least in this location, the location upstairs. I transferred down here because it just got convenient. But I spent a lot of time up there, and did a lot of different shoots up there. And the room itself has now become a bit of a showcase, but at the same time a little bit of a storage. My whole house is like that, really. It's kind of sad, but I want to change that. But before changing that, I do want to showcase that particular part of my home, because it is part of my history. It is part of where this channel started to grow and really actually take off a little bit. And it's all thanks to you guys. Guys, as always, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. These are the best moments for me. Being able to come here and talk to you guys, chat about action figures and our collective love of toys. So this is the highlight of my weekend here on the live streams. And of course, once again, just in case you're joining us, just in case you just joined us, I want to wish everybody out there who's celebrating Father's Day, whether it's for your father or in memory of your fathers, or if you're a father, happy Father's Day to everybody out there. It's amazing. I want to share a few memories of mine with my father, and of course, I invite everybody here to share their memories, as today is the day to reminisce and share all those things about the fathers and celebrate fathers. For all the things that they do for us. Helping with homework. Helping to teach us how to be a better person. Helping young boys to become young men, and how to shave, which is obviously something that I just don't do. What happens when you start meeting girls, and or how to become good friends, or how to play baseball, how to play soccer, how to play jitoni, how to play anything, right? All the sports that you want to do, how to build a desk, how to these are things which dads usually are the ones to do. Now I'm not gonna say that moms don't do that either. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of moms who do that, but today's Dad's Day. So for today, I want to wish everybody out there who is a father, who's celebrating Father's Day, who has fathers, and of course who's remembering their father. Happy Father's Day to everybody. So guys, I'm gonna just grab some tea. So give me one quick second. But thank you again for being here, guys. This is always so great. We're gonna get some comments. I just want to get some tea because my throat is kind of doing something to me. So give me a moment. I will go ahead and I'll be right back. Thank you, guys. I'll be right back. Trust me, I'll be right back. I got some great stories to tell. So hold on to your butts. All right. See, that didn't take too long, unfortunately. All right, guys. So before we get started on my stories, let's go ahead and see who's in the chat, and maybe they're sharing some stories as well. All right. So Barry, hey Barry, what's going on? Good to see you, Barry. Evening, Jay and chat. Good evening, Barry. Happy Father's Day to all the dads in the chat. Absolutely. Happy Father's Day to you too, Barry. Jabbar Robbins, hello, Jay and chat. Happy Father's Day to those who still have their fathers. Mine passed almost 20 years ago. Not that, again, we remember our fathers too, Jabbar. So happy Father's Day to your father. May he be remembered well, especially by you, who obviously remembers him fondly. Well, we don't know that, but I hope you remember him fondly. 20 years ago. Wow, my friend, that's quite some time. I'm sorry to hear that. But let's all remember him together. Justin Mahan, are you on Geek Dad Life also? I'm not. I left a comment. So, Justin, I left one comment before the stream started. I left one comment because they covered something which I already covered, and I love that. I love what they're covering right now. And of course, I just wanted to leave a small comment and say, "Hey, my love and hate relationship with Mondo." Right, so that was where that came from. But I'm not there. I'm obviously here. So yeah, Rebels Prime. That's cool, Jay. I took my dad to lunch and then took him to see Jurassic World Domination. Nice. The movie was good. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, all the old characters come back. I'm really looking forward to actually watching that film. So excellent. Glad you were able to spend some time with your dad. That's awesome, Rodimus. Thank you so much for sharing. Barry, Jay, Jay, are you not going to shave? Bud, it has grown on you. Looks better than you shaved. Thank you, Barry. I am shaving it, but it's only going to be after my last video in the game room. I'm gonna in the studio, and then when I begin actually getting going on some traction with the toy room. But I will shave it. It's kind of gotten out of control. It's time. It really is time. Barry, anyone else out there stop supporting Hasbro high prices for their toys? A lot of people are starting to think about getting out of the hobby. That's just what's going on. But yeah, it's getting interesting, and I got some stories about that too. Armando, hey Armando, what's going on? Hey Jay and Chad, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, brother. Barry, I'm only getting TVC and moved on to Master Universe and McFarlane Toys, Jazzwares. There you go, brother. That there are alternatives. There are alternatives. Old IT guy, hey old IT guy, what's going on? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, uncles, mushrooms. I have and all the fathers figure of all the father figures. Cool. Thank you so much, old IT guy. That's so awesome. Thank you for recognizing all of those father figures. Sean Harrell, hey Sean, how's it going, my friend? I hope you're feeling better. Happy Father's Day to you if you're celebrating. MIS1. Jay, why is Hasbro taking so long to put Wondar up for pre-order? He's been spotted at different places. Put him up for crying out. That's a good question. I really have no idea. It could be that they're trying. It could be, and I can't speak for this 100%, but it could be that they're trying to stop the leaks. It could be they're trying to figure out where the actual leaks are coming from, because yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that all of these figures are starting to pop up everywhere. And as I said, where are they coming from? Are they coming from Singapore? Are they coming from warehouses here in the U.S. In North America? It's ridiculous. So I think that they want to rein in all this contraband that's happening before they actually release the product, because all of a sudden they make an announcement and a flood of these things start hitting the market, and it just reduces their ability to sell these things. So that's probably what's going on. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. Sean, gas prices are very high here in Kentucky, my friend. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that, Sean. That's absolutely crazy. They're high here too, but for whatever reason today they dropped quite a bit. So I might actually go out and get some gas after this. Barry, Jay, did you see Doctor Strange yet? Yes, I love Doctor Strange. It was an amazing movie. I really had a good time with it. I thought it was a lot of fun. That's actually quite, it's funny you should mention that. It's quite an old movie now, in terms of how long it's been in the theaters and stuff. I saw it about 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago. Yeah, it was a good. Again, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Rolando, hey Rolando, good to see you, my friend. How are you doing tonight? Barry, Jay, are you planning a vacation this year out our next year or next year? And would it be to San Diego Comic-Con? So, I don't want to take any vacations until the government really figures out what the heck they're doing, because it's just a mess, and I really don't want to deal with that. I really don't. And a lot of people are like, no, it's okay. You can just go to the airport, check in, it's fine. I'm like, no, I am not doing that. I heard the last time somebody went on vacation, It took them almost 3 hours to get checked in because of what they needed to do at the Canadian airports. So you know what? I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing it until they actually finally put a pin in that and figure out what the heck they're doing over the airports. I am not going anywhere. I would have loved to go to San Diego this year. I had the opportunity to, but I just won't. I just can't. It's just ridiculous. I am not gonna put myself and subject myself to that ridiculousness that I've heard of. I'm not gonna do it. It's just stupid. Sean, I've been Mr. Fix It here at home all week. Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you're being productive, but I hope you're feeling better, my friend. Nifty Space Ranger 75. Hey, Nifty Space Ranger 75. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Couldn't get that new deluxe Mondo here. Couldn't get that new deluxe Mondo He-Man. You couldn't? Uh, it hasn't gone up. It hasn't gone up for. It hasn't gone up yet. It's uh hold on, Mondo He-Man. Yeah, it hasn't gone up yet. It's going up in I think Wednesday. Yeah, it's going up on June 21st. So that's in 2 days. That's on Tuesday. It's going up on Tuesday for 24 hours, which means that it'll go up for Tuesday. It'll go up Tuesday at midnight, and then it'll go up Tuesday. Wait, sorry, it'll go up Tuesday at 12 p.m. and then continue on to Wednesday at 12 p.m. That's how long you have to order it. I found that out afterwards, and apparently, which is something I made a mistake in the video, but you can't blame me for making that mistake. I think timed release does not mean limited edition. It doesn't mean that that people actually have time, a full 24 hours to try and order this thing, and they're doing it as not per they're doing it made to order, meaning as many people as order it will be as many people who get it. So in that sense, Mondo has kind of redeemed themselves to me in a small way. But I heard horror stories, which is why I made that video. I've heard horror stories of people in line to get Scare Glow, and while they actually have it in their cart, it's gone because the availability was just not there. So I wanted to warn people and give them the heads up at the time, and now I'm getting more information saying that no, that's not the case. You can actually order it for the full 24 hours and you will get it. So, Nifty Space Ranger 75, you still have a chance. Head like on Tuesday, and then you have like from 12 p.m. until Wednesday at 12 p.m. You have a chance to pick up the new Mondo Master Universe. I call it the 40th anniversary He-Man. So, best of luck to you, my friend. Yo C, Yo Joe, brother. How's it going? Shout out to Papa Smurf. Yes, shout out to all the Papa Smurfs out in the world. Thank you so much, Yojo OC. Well, that's you guy. Mushum is grandpa in my language, Cree. Ah, okay, there you go. Thank you so much for that. That's great. Absolutely. Happy Father's Day to all the grandfathers out there. Thank you so much, old IT guy. Yojo C, I just got my first Valorverse action figure roll out. Pretty good. Hit up a cool collectible store in Anaheim, California. Excellent. Great to hear it, Yojo OC. Congratulations on your pickup. Jabbar, currently watching Impact Slammiversary PB on pay-per-view. Impact Wrestling is celebrating 20 years. Who here remembers the Impact, and were you favorites? Who were your favorites out there? Well, that's a good question. Barry, Wonder is Mattel, not Hasbro. Yeah, sorry, it is what it is. With again, we're bouncing around between companies, but yes, you are correct. If I said Mattel, I apologize. Sorry, if I said Hasbro, I apologize. Rodimus Prime. I'm limiting to what I get for now. For toys. Yes, of course. I think we all are. Only getting G1 Beast Wars characters for Transformers and Motu. I'm sticking with the original lines. Nice. That's actually a really good point, Rodimus. It's getting kind of, you got to be selective these days. You got to be selective. Barry. What does it say here? Sorry, I'm just looking something up. Sam Raimi did an amazing job for the movie. I'm a big fan of his work ever since I saw Evil Dead. Yeah, I love Sam Raimi. I love his work. Honestly, I think he did a great job with with Doctor Strange. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun. Um, it's one of those things. What the heck is this? That's weird. Whoa, what the heck? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry guys, that was just a weird little thing that just happened. Um, yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun. It was a bit like there was definitely horror inspired moments in there, but for the most part, it was just a really fun movie. I really did like the direction it went in. I thought it was great. Those studios. Hey Jay, hope you're good to see you though. Hey Jay, hope you're doing well. Sorry I haven't caught up with you in a while. Just passing through before heading to bed. Take care, man. Keep it good. Thanks, those studios. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you, brother. The Recollector. Hey, the Recollector. What's going on? Greetings from Maui, Hawaii. Happy Father's Day. Wow, Maui, Hawaii. Great to see you, brother. Thank you again for dropping by. Thank you for watching and following the channel. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Happy Father's Day to you too, my friend. Good to see you. Yo, Josie. Yesterday was LegoCon 2022. A lot of cool stuff. Awesome. Great to hear it. Um. Uh. uh so I guess they showcased a bunch of the new Transformers and a whole bunch of stuff that's the tie-ins that are being connected up there as well. Um, yeah, I'm not a big Lego fan. I do like it, just like anybody. But yeah, it's not my biggest focus, truthfully. Barry, Jay, did you see the Willow trailer yet? And Black Adam. Okay, so I wasn't. I watched the Willow trailer. I don't know. I wasn't really that impressed by it. It wasn't really it. You know, for what it was. I guess I have to accept it because we don't know what's happened to Willow in the last 40 years, right? We have no idea what he's been doing. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that a new evil has risen and a new cast of heroes has to do their thing. But it's no longer Willow's story. You know what I mean? It's Willow isn't taking this journey on his own. It's a story about the other people, and I wonder if they should have called it something else. I wonder if calling it Willow was not the right move. I wonder if they should have called it you know uh well, anything, whatever the land is, whatever the time is, and have Willow as a character. You know what I mean? Um, but I know why they did it. Willow carries some weight in terms of like it's nostalgia for fans. It is the Lucas property, so you utilizing that name could definitely get more traction than if you just created a brand new series and then say featuring Willow, right? It it is there, and it's unfortunate to me that Mad Mardigan probably will not be able to make an appearance, at least not in the traditional sense, right? I don't know, we might be able to see Mad Mardigan in some fashion, but I don't think we're going to see him, the way we expected to, right? Because poor Val Kilmer, I don't think he's in any condition to make an appearance. Maybe he will, but maybe it will be something like I said that we're not expecting, and I would rather not see Matt Mardigan if he can't be there. You know what I mean? If he can't, truly be there through Val Kilmer. If they decide to use another actor for him, I think that would actually be kind of disingenuous. To be honest with you, I mean, Sorsha is there. We definitely know Sorsha is part of the show. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where they take Willow, but I'm not that jazzed about it. Just being honest, I'm not that jazzed about it. It didn't really catch me. It didn't really. The trailer did nothing for me. That's what I'll say. The trailer did nothing for me. I can tell it's going to be a grand adventure. I can tell it's going to be a whole bunch of things, but you know, I think the first Willow is just fine. And whatever they're going to do with this one, great. We'll see where it goes. And if it actually starts to, pick up some steam and I really start to enjoy it, then yeah, I'm going to continue watching it. But for now, I'm going to see and wait and see what happens with the trailer. Old IT guy. So is everyone's TV dad or favorite TV father figure? Um, mine would. Sorry. So who is everyone's TV dad or favorite TV father figure? Mine would be Red from that '70s show, or off the books, or off the books. Prick Captain Picard. LOL. I don't understand what is off the books. I don't understand what does that mean. Off the books, prick. I'm not really sure what that means. Are you just saying that as a joke? But okay, so I'm guessing you're saying that it's Red from that '70s show or Captain Picard. Yeah, I can see Red. Red is one of those hard nosed straight guy, right? Who kind of takes no attitude business. And if I'm thinking, am I thinking about the right guy? Hold on, just making sure that I know exactly who I. Yeah. I mean, he's Clarence Boddicker for crying out loud. I thought he was going to go off and shoot somebody at one point. When I was watching the show, he's got that kind of crazy attitude. So see, it's, him as a father figure, I can see it. I can totally see it. Is he my favorite father figure? Probably not. I would have to say Bill Cosby really comes up as one of my favorite father figures of all time. And that might. Here's the thing. That might sound controversial today, but I don't think so. I really appreciated what he represented as a father. All the way back then. Family Ties. They had a great father figure. Alan Thicke. There are so many father figures in so many different regards. That I really connected with. Um, but other than that, you could say so many different fathers. But yeah, for sure, those four are definitely the ones that really come to mind in my head canon. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I think Bill Cosby really stands out. He really does, and mainly because he connected on you on so many different levels. He was a comedian. But the way he handles situations in the show, they were creative. You know what I mean? He showcased how you could be a father, but at the same time, not with a heavy hand. He was able to showcase how you could deal with a situation without having to force your way through, like blunt force trauma. You know what I mean? He didn't have to showcase that. It was really great the way he had a loving relationship with all of his kids. And I really appreciated that. I thought it was a really good, wholesome type of show. And to me, I think Bill Cosby will definitely be the father figure that I really look up to. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many different father figures out there. You know what I mean? Like so many great different examples on shows. But yeah, definitely Bill Cosby to me comes first to mind. Ed Stringer, hey Ed Stringer, what's going on, my friend? Do you think the increase in toys will have us as collectors stop buying them? Sorry, do you think the increase in toys will have us as collectors stop buying? I'm choosing more of who I really want and where I buy from. So I don't think there's actually that much of an increase in toys. I really don't. I think what it is there's an increase in price. I think maybe that's what you're trying to say. The increase in the price of toys, right? Um, some people will get out of the hobby. I think some people have already gotten out of the hobby, and some people just choose, as you said, to be more picky. Right? They will actually start to thin out their lines. Like for instance, I'm nuts. Right? I collect lines all over the place. I collect Master of the Universe. I collect I collect GI Joe. I collect Star Wars. Right? I collect what's it called, Transformers. I collect a whole bunch of different stuff, but I'm crazy that way, right? And the reality is, I'm either going to have to become super picky, or I'm going to have to actually downsize or limit what I'm going to be doing in terms of my collecting. And I've already sort of said that. So now I'm actually changing up how that works. And I'm going to start looking for in a lot of ways, I'm going to start completing my collections. I'm going to also, like, I didn't mention this earlier, but I am going to do something exclusive for my patrons. For my patrons, I'm actually going to start doing a series called, what's it called? Oh God, I have the title somewhere. I just totally forgot what it was. I'm drawing a blank right now, but it's like Michael Mercy would call it unfinished business, but for me, it's like completing the mission, if you will. Like basically, I'm looking for certain waves or toy lines that I need to complete. A good example of that is I have every single Power Ranger from the Lightning Collection except for Billy Cranston. Pardon me, the original Blue Ranger. He's the only figure I have not been able to find, and that is something that I need help with. So I might need help from you guys. If you guys find a Billy Cranston in the wild in box, please let me know. I need to find him for a reasonable price, because right now he's just freaking. It's ridiculous how much it costs, right? So that's my goal. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start um, completing the mission, like completing different collections and finding those missing pieces in my collection that I need to complete. And once I complete them, I'm going to unbox them all on camera and actually do a whole review. And it's going to be a lot of fun. That to me, I think is what I'm going to be showcasing to all my patrons, and it's going to be a Patreon exclusive kind of thing. So it's going to be a lot of fun that way. But I think that's what really has to happen. You have to become very selective in what you do, right? Especially because of the cost of action figures these days. It's just freaking ridiculous what they're what they're doing right now. The prices are just going absolutely stupid. Jabbar, mine's James from the Good Times. He didn't play. Awesome. Barry Allen. Okay, have you watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds yet? No. Is that an animated series? I think that's an animated series, right? No, I have not watched it, and honestly, I don't plan on watching it. I my Star Trek days of pretty much ended after the last set of movies. The last movie for Star Trek just completely turned me off. It was like Fast and the Furious meets Star Trek, and I hated it. I not that I hated it, I really did not like it. It was not good. And I saw that movie at San Diego Comic-Con in a premiere. And the only reason I really, decided it was worth watching was because of the Russian actor who died. Like, I thought that was there was a tribute done that night at San Diego Comic-Con with all the actors, and they dedicated that film to him. And I was like, crap, if I'm going to watch this movie, I'm going to watch. And I thought it was going to be a good movie. It turned out not to be, in my opinion. So I kind of got turned off by Star Trek at that point. I tried to watch Picard. I did not like it. It was just too convoluted. It went from so many different, concepts. So I haven't seen this, season 2 of Picard. I'm not really that interested. Discovery, I am not interested in Discovery at all. I watched the first season. It sort of lost me around the time of the mitochondriacs and all that the tender bear or whatever freak it was. Yeah, that kind of completely lost my focus. I was not interested in watching it after that. So Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I heard Star Trek Ensigns was kind of cool, but Star Trek Strange New Worlds, no, I'm not really that interested. Old IT guy, sorry, watching and typing on my phone, and you are correct. Red and Cap. There you go. That's awesome. Barry, but Cap, I wouldn't call Cap a real father figure. No, you know what? I guess he could be a father figure, but he's not a father. But I guess a father figure, he could be kind of cool. Barry Allen, what do you think of Pierce Brosnan playing Dr. Fate in Black Adam? I don't mind it. He looks pretty cool. But how the hell did he take off the helmet? That's one thing I'm wondering about. I can't remember if Dr. Fate can actually remove the helmet. I can't remember that. I know that if you force him to remove the helmet, you can regain your life. But again, it's been a while, so I don't remember if the helmet allows you to take it off. I just can't remember how that works. Anyway, I think it's fine. I think it's actually a really good. I think it's not a bad choice. Old IT guy, Picard. Okay, Captain Picard. Okay. Now I was like, yeah, but even Captain Picard's not really much of a father. Like, he's not a father. I guess he would be a father-like figure. I guess that would be cool. Actually, technically, if you really want to think about it, he was a father in a different lifetime, right? In that episode where, he lived somebody else's life. That was actually kind of crazy. Jabbar Robbins, Bill Cosby's cool too. Yes, in my opinion, Bill Cosby will always be like my TV dad. In my opinion. Barry Allen, mine is Tim Allen. Oh, there you go. Barry, is that like your actual dad? Like, let me know. Rai Ken 33. Rai, good to see you, buddy. Buddy, what's the guy? Happy Father's Day to everybody. Happy Father's Day to you too, buddy. I hope you and your kids had a great day. Good to see you, buddy. Jabbar, speaking of Bill, don't forget that this year will mark the 50th anniversary of Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. You always remind us, and that's awesome. Thank you so much, Jabbar. Action Figure Captures. Hey, Action Figure Captures. What's going on, brother? Hey, Jay, how's everything? Everything's good, my friend. Happy Father's Day to you. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Barry, Never mind. TV's best father figure of all time is Darth Vader. No, that is the absolute nah, dude. You don't know what you're talking about. That is ridiculous. I know you're joking, but that's ridiculous. He nearly killed one of his kids. He nearly killed one of his kids, and he threatened to kill the other kid. Somebody figure out how that's a good father figure. And me too. I'm all over. Me too. I'm all over as well as all major lines of toys. Well, I'm not over them, but I'm being very, very, very selective right now. Um, I'm kind of just I'm doing a catch and release system right now. I'm hunting and putting them back in the wild for other hunters to actually find, or I tell other hunters about them. That's what's going to be my sort of policy going forward. Unless I'm really dedicated to that line, I'm going to start doing a catch and release. Action figure. Tom. Just say Tom. For sure, it's getting way too expensive lately. Absolutely, Tom. It's just getting ridiculous. Jabbar, who saw the trailer for Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe? Not me. As much as I enjoyed Beavis and Butthead when I was a kid, I not sure if I would enjoy it right now. It's just not my wheelhouse at this point. Barry, okay, look at the trailer and give it a try. Day is the best one since the original, and it's about Christopher Pike. Oh, okay. Okay, fine. I'll give the trailer a shot. Let's do that, Barry. Let's do that. I will give the trailer a shot. Home IT guy, Homer and his moments too. Yeah, I guess, but he's not exactly the shining example of a father. I mean, he strangles his kid half the time, right? Yeah, that's that. Quite the stand-up father figure there. Right, Ken. Great to be here. Live stream first, then work. Konti lang, pare. Konti lang. Take your time. You don't have you can always watch this later. But thank you. Maraming salamat, pare. Jabbar, a kid. Jay, you were 16 when B and B were huge. B and B. Dude, you can't use acronyms with me. Sometimes I don't clue in. What's B and B? Somebody remind me. Somebody remind me what B and B is. Is that I have no idea what B and B is right now. I'm drawing a blank. You're gonna have to again. Don't use acronyms with me. I might not get it. Action figure captures. Best dad is Homerland. Is Homelanders the boys? Uh Dude, what the hell are you talking about? Ed, I know you're joking, but dear God, Ed, um, a rapist as a freaking Jesus. Ed, my stores here have such as Target and Walmart really don't have anything Amazon Dorkside. We don't have anything. Amazon and Dorkside have been my go-to, and Hasbro Pulse Miami stores are horrible. They actually have stores in Miami. That's crazy. All right. Yeah. No, I don't blame you. A lot of people are switching to online. My problem with Amazon is they freaking destroy my figures. And I'm not an inbox collector. Bar none, I'm not. But I still like to get my packages intact because I'm a package collector. I love collecting the packages. I'm gonna show you guys something. My last shipment from Amazon, and I'm pissed off. I'm seriously pissed off, but I can't return them because they're just so rare. Or sorry, not rare. They're hard to get. Obi-Wan, hey Obi-Wan, what's going on? Hey Jay, just pre-ordered the deformed Voltron. Great price on Gundam. Excellent. I'm gonna go check out Gundam. I'm gonna see. You know what is their price on Gundam? Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see what's going on. Let me see. Now that you've mentioned it, now I must have a look and see what the price is. Let's see. Where is it? I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing. Oh, the allergy is kicking in again. No, I was doing so well. All right, so here we are on Gundamit.com. Let's have a look at what the price is. Obi-Wan, since you told me. So Voltron. There we go. Pre-order. Ooh, that is a great price. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, that is an excellent price, especially when you consider the fact that BBTS BBTS has it for way more. Holy crap, that is a good price. Oh dang. Okay. Yeah, you've sold me, bro. You've sold me. Holy schmackies. Yeah, you have sold me. I'm definitely gonna be putting in a pre-order on Gundam It, because that's crazy. Oh yeah. Oh frick yeah. So guys, if you were on the fence about picking up this cuter than cute, just ridiculous looking gun Voltron, consider using Gundamit.com. That's crazy, man. Wow, that is awesome. Thank you, Obi-Wan. That's incredible. Holy schmackies. That's awesome. Holy crap. So great. Definitely consider that one. That one's actually a really good price. That one is an amazing price. Uh, with only $2 down, that's freaking beautiful. Thank you, Obi Wan. Excellent stuff. I appreciate that heads up. Jabbar, you were 16 when Beavis and Butthead were huge. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I still watched it. just because, just because, I was a kid. 16 to me is a kid. I hadn't grown up yet. I was still a kid. I don't know what you consider not a kid, Jabbar, but I was definitely a kid at 16. Sure, I was into girls, I was into a whole bunch of stuff, but I was still a freaking kid. Barry, what about having a cool dad like Matt Tracker? Matt was a cool dad, but he was at least he didn't punish his kid when he went on missions, right? Like that was just dumb. But he needed to discipline his kid more, man. That kid was a troublemaker. Seriously. Old IT guy, Orville reminds me of '90s Trek. You should check it out. I've heard that. I've heard that Orville is actually what Star Trek fans really want, and the way it came about, the way Seth, who is it? Seth Rogen? It's not Seth Rogen. It's the guy, the creator of freaking Family Guy. The way he got that series actually made was amazing. That's crazy. Obi Wan, 189 free shipping. Ah, so great. That is awesome. That is just incredible. Yojo C, when I saw the Voltron, I was like, cool, I get one. I thought 34.99, but then I saw the actual price. LOL. I know, right? Uh, I know. It's just crazy. But this is a pretty good price. That's not bad. Action figure captures. I've never been a fan of San Diego. Sorry, I've never been a fan of the SD look with toys. Giant heads remind me of Funko Pops. Okay, I know what you're saying, but this is different. This is absolutely different. This is fully posable. This is super deformed, not Funko Pop, right? And this one is very very cool. I'm really really appreciating this one. Jabbar, no, you were a teenager, Jay. No, I was a kid. You're not going to be able to dissuade me from that. But like, kid, in terms of being a kid, what I'm trying to say there is that I was not an adult. That's what I mean by kid. So you can take that any which way you want. I was not an adult. I was a kid. Right, Ken. I'm still a kid too. Just grew big. Absolutely, buddy. 100%. Seth MacFarlane, Orville. That's right. It was on the tip of my tongue. I just couldn't figure out. There's like Seth Rogen, Seth MacFarlane, Seth Green. You know what I mean? So many different sets. Surprisingly, who would have thought that there's so many different sets out there? Yo, Joel C. When I was a kid, I watched my dad's Edward Stratton 3. Wow, that's cool, dude. On Father's Day, I'm guessing. Jabbar, I was 19 in '93. Well, there you go, brother. Good for you. Still, in my opinion, you were still a teenager. You were still a kid. Even at 20, I still consider myself a kind of technically a kid. You become a young man when you feel like you're a young man. You know what I mean? I was still watching cartoons. I was still collecting toys. I was still a kid. My mindset was still of a really really young teenager, really really young kid. So, guys, I did want to kind of share some memories of my father. This being Father's Day. One of my fondest memories is definitely watching cartoons with my dad and having him draw for me. That was like my fondest memory of my father, and it's a very strong memory. Um, I used to be sorry, not used to be. I'm still a huge fan of Star Avengers and Force 5, and I would always beg my dad to draw Get Her Dragon. Star Dragon. I would beg him every day. Can you please draw me Star Dragon? My favorite of the giant robots in Star Avengers. And he would always draw it, and to me it was the most amazing thing To be able to see my dad drawing this thing and actually make it come to like put it on a page that I could take with me to school. It was the most amazing thing ever. And typical of me, I would take it to school and someone would ask if they could have it and I give it away. So I would just, ask my dad to draw something else. And it was always this wonderful memory of mine that my dad would always draw these wonderful cartoons. When Thundercats came out, I used to ask him all the time, Dad, can you draw me Thundercats? Can you draw me Lion-O? Can you draw me the Cat's Lair? Can you draw me this? Can you draw me that? And it was just this ongoing thing where I was fascinated by the fact that he could draw these things. Not very well, mind you. Memory being the way it is, I have this thing that I'm absolutely sure my dad was like the best artist in the world. He wasn't. I actually remember finding at least one of his illustrations, and it wasn't that great. But you know what? He did his best. But it was just such a wonderful memory that I had, and I love the effort. You know, he just wanted to make me happy, and that was the one thing about my dad. He always tried to make me happy, but you know, um, there was a time where he used to work days, nights. Sorry, mornings. He would work mornings at a bank. So in the morning he would go to work. He'd come back in the afternoon. He'd pick us up. When we were really young, he'd just grab us and he'd take us to the beach. He'd take us to the park, and we go treasure hunting. He had this metal detector. He was always this avid, treasure seeker. He'd just go to the park and go to the beach and just wade the little metal detectors around, try to find something. Now, metal detectors are nowhere near as sensitive as they are today. So this metal detector he had was cheap. It was from Canadian Tire. It was so bad. Um, but every now and then we'd find something cool. We'd find like a belt buckle, or we'd find, some broken jewelry, which really wasn't worth much. We'd find at the time we'd find silver, like nickels and quarters. Sorry, quarters. We'd find quarters, and we find sometimes. And one time we found a silver dollar. That was really really cool. I remember as a kid just hanging out with dad, looking, and then when we'd hear that beep, we'd be like, "Dad, did you find something? Did you find something?" And he'd dig it up. He's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. We found a bottle cap." And we're like, "Dad, that's crazy. You won't believe how many bottle caps we found. We found a lot of bottle caps. Let's just say it that way." But yeah, metal detecting when you're a kid is really fascinating because every time you hear that beep, you kind of jump, right? And every now and then we find cool stuff, like I said, some jewelry and stuff like that. Yeah, it's it's just those wonderful memories that I had as a kid. Another really great memory I had with my father was definitely, you know, whenever I was a good kid, he would take me to yeah, he would take me to lunch, you know what I mean, and take me to McDonald's. I remember the first time we went to McDonald's, it was breakfast, and I remember at the time not wanting to go, right, because I was so tired. I was a little kid, I was still sleepy, and my dad was like, "Come on, let's go to McDonald's." I'm like, "Oh, Dad," and we get in the car. I'd be half asleep in the car, sun's beaming in my face. I don't want to be there, right? And then he'd order McDonald's, and we used to have this Chrysler station wagon, and the seats were made of vinyl. It was hot. There was no air conditioning in this damn thing. It was just so ridiculous. But you know what? All of a sudden he'd buy that breakfast. For me it was they called it the big breakfast. I don't know if they still have it right now, but it was some scrambled eggs. It was ridiculous. It was basically a sausage and egg McMuffin, but laid out on a styrofoam plate. It was just the dumbest thing ever. But you know, it was just that magical thing. Being able to like connect with your father. He would buy this for me and Dex, and we'd sit down at McDonald's, and I'd be like, "What is this?" Right? I'd look at the plate and I'd be like, "What is this?" And my dad's like, "Oh, that's called a big breakfast." And I'm like, "Wow." It would have a muffin. It would have scrambled eggs and sausage, and I thought it was just the most amazing thing ever that you could just walk into a place, order something, and then magically it appears. I didn't know anything about money at the time, and you know what? My Dex would be there, my mom would be there, my dad would be there, and yeah, we just chow down. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those things. These wonderful fond memories you have growing up as a kid. But you know what? The things that really stand out to me are when my dad, and I'm gonna be sensitive. I'm gonna be not sensitive, but I'm gonna be careful here. The things that really resonate with me are the times I had to learn a lesson. I think that's really what you know. They say that if you make mistakes, learn from them. Right? That's the biggest thing. Whenever I made a mistake, my dad would yell the heck out of me. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie. He used to spank me. Right? He used to spank me. It was that time. It was that time when people would spank their kids. And I remember, being so scared whenever I did something wrong. I would run, try to escape, and there's no way you can escape from your dad. It's just impossible. Your mom was worse, but if escaping from your dad was just a bad idea. You know what I mean? And parents are smart. At least, my parents were smart. They they would spank you with their hand, right? They would spank your hand. Not hard, but it felt pain. But when you're a kid, pain is easy, man. When you're a kid, and pain is something you remember really quick. It's something you really remember quick. So once they spank you the first time, they realize that again, parents are smart. After they spank you the first time, they realize that they don't really need to spank you that often. Like it's just the fear of being spanked again gets you back in line as a kid. I didn't realize that for a long time, but I remember there was just a threat. Just the threat of being spanked was enough normally. But there were times where I did something really really bad and I really got spanked. You know what I mean? Like that happened a lot. A lot. That happened often. That happened often. But it taught me valuable lessons. You know what I mean? But the one time it really kind of like this is a great story that I tell to my dad, and we just have a chuckle about it all the time. So when I was a kid, um, you know, I was fascinated with computers. I was just like most kids. I was fascinated with a lot of stuff. So I remember that when I was in school, we got our first computers in the school. And at the same time, what happens a lot is that games start coming into the school. It's inevitable. So I remember one of my friends actually said he had a game which he could put on the computer at the school. So he brought it to school, and we were playing this game. Teacher didn't even know what we were doing, and it was crazy because this game was so much fun, and everyone's like, "Oh, can I get a copy of that game?" And I was like, "Oh, you can get copies of games." I didn't even know what that meant. So I was like, "Cool, we can get a copy of the game." So I didn't even have a computer. This is how dumb I was. And this is how really as a kid, this is how dumb I was. I didn't even have a computer, but I wanted a copy of the game just to keep it, I guess. I don't know. I had no idea why. But what happened was during another class that I had some free time with the computer, and I had the floppy disk with me. And a whole bunch of kids knew I had the floppy disk, so they kind of convinced me to actually go to the computer and pop it in so we could play. And as we're trying to load this damn thing up, it kept stalling, right? Because for whatever reason, so as we're trying to install this thing, teacher comes around from behind us because we're a bunch of snot nosed kids huddling around a computer, and he's like, "That's weird. Why are all these kids? Computers weren't the same thing as they are today." So he's literally like, "Wonder why all these snot nosed kids are hanging around this stupid computer." So he came around and saw what we were doing because we finally got the damn thing to load, and he sees this game and he freaks the heck out. So he goes, whose game is that? And of course, when you're a kid, you get like everybody's out for themselves when you're freaking like 10 or 12 years old. They literally like everybody spread out, and I was the only one there left. And yeah, he grabbed me by my ear and just confiscated the disc, and then called my parents that night and explained, this could put a virus in the system. It's tens of thousands of dollars for these computers, and blah 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 blah. And yeah, that night I was expecting a huge beating that night. I was truly expecting to get beaten, with no dinner and everything like that. My dad sits me down, and he starts laying into me like heavy. He's like, "What are you doing? You're putting your future on the line. Like you could if that computer was destroyed, we would have been in so much debt. Like I'm trying to put food on the table. I'm trying to, he's literally laying into me thick, and I'm feeling bad already because I got caught, and they called the principal's office, and my mom got called, and she was upset. You know, they didn't do anything. It was just veiled threats. But my dad was literally laying it into me hard. And at one point, it was so the tension was just so there, and I was so scared. And at one point, he said something that I didn't really understand, but it sounded so funny anyway. It just happened. So he goes to me. He goes to me. You know what, Jay? You know what happened here? You know what happened here? The shit hit the fan. And I'd never heard that expression before. I had never ever heard that expression before. The shit hit the fan. I never heard what that. And just because the way he said it, he was so upset. He was so upset. But he said the shit hit the fan, and I couldn't help myself. There was just I was so scared, but it didn't matter. I was so scared when he said the shit hit the fan. I started laughing. I started laughing so hard it was just ridiculous. I was like, I just couldn't stop laughing. And then my dad looked at me. He's like, "What are you laughing for? What are you laughing? Why are you laughing?" But the thing was that I guess the tension was so heavy, and he'd been yelling at me for a good 10 minutes already. That as soon as I started laughing, he started laughing, and we both started going crazy. My mom was like, "Why are you guys laughing?" Right? And it was just that moment where my dad sort of, the tension was broken. It was already over, and he looked at me. He's like, "Son, I, I just want you to learn something from this." He said, "This could have cost this family a lot of money, and we could have been in a lot of trouble here, right? I want you to think about things that you do before that. I want you to think about the friends that you make when you're in school, and I want you to remember that we're just barely hanging on here. You know what I mean? Like your mom and I are working full time. We barely see you kids anymore, and you know what? You're growing up so fast. I don't know what's going to happen soon, but I want to make sure that you understand just how serious this is." And that was the real lesson that stuck in my brain. And that's the memory that I will always remember. Because my dad, my dad, my dad is a good man. My dad is a good man. But he was not perfect. Okay. He made tons of mistakes. You know, my mom loved my dad. I'm gonna come straight out and say that. So, and anybody who's had separated parents, I understand. I understand what you guys are going through. So, but I still love my dad. I still love my dad because he taught me so much when I was a kid, and we kept in contact. We lost contact for a long time. Like we were estranged for quite some time, actually. But he reached out to me, and we reconnected. And it was harder. It was harder on Dex, actually. Honestly, for me, it was easy to reconnect with my dad. But again, he's a survivor. That old man is a survivor. Holy crap! Like he would get in situations on his own, and just like wow. So like I said, my dad wasn't perfect, but I'm always going to remember that day when he sat me down and told me where to go, and told me when the shit hit the fan, because that was one of the greatest memories of all time, and I will never forget it. And it will definitely be the memory that I'll cherish long after you know anything happens. You know, but I I'm glad. I'm very very glad that my dad's still around, and I'm glad that I have chances to see him take and play chess with him, and bring him lunch, some snacks, right? I'm grateful for that chance. Um, and I've never actually had I've never told him, and I plan to, but I never told him how proud I am that I'm his son. But no, I have said that, but you know what? I should say it more often. I think that that's actually what needs to happen, because my mom's getting older, my dad's getting older, right? My dad's already in a nursing home, so now that I have the time, right? I really should just, let them know how proud I am to be their son. It's something I don't do nearly enough, and I'm gonna fix that. I'm definitely gonna fix that. But yeah, my dad, he's always been there. He's always supported me, and he's one of the reasons why I love collecting so much. He is an avid lover of gold and collecting coins. Um, yeah, and that's actually I think that's where my bug and my love of collecting came from. But he's always been very creative. He loved to draw, and but he's a freaking genius. My dad is a freaking genius. He at one time knew 7 languages, 3 of them fluent. That was ridiculous. When we came to here to Canada, he taught himself French, but he taught himself the wrong French. He taught himself Parisian French. So for those of you who don't know, there are actually several different types of French languages out there. I don't know if you guys know that, but he taught himself Parisian French, which is the French from France. When he should have been teaching himself Québécois French, which is the French of Canada. And it's kind of gotten weird because every time he tries to have a conversation with someone here in Canada, they look at him strange. But it's funny. My dad really is very, very intelligent, like a freaking genius, man. He was the valedictorian of his class. Wow, like I'm so proud of my dad, really. But he's not perfect. He is the furthest from perfect that any father could be. He wasn't there. When arguably when we needed him. Um, he was doing other things, which it happens. And people are people. One thing I will always say, and is that everybody needs a chance to be given a chance. You know what I mean? Because people change, right? Um, and if you don't give them that chance, right, you might regret it, right? I could have been angry with my dad, even today. I could have stayed angry with my dad, but I just can't. I just can't do it, right? I have such great memories, with him, and I hope to keep those memories, for as long as I can. Um, and I hope to keep making memories with dad. You know what I mean? Like that's the important thing about that, right? So today, this Father's Day was very special for me because Dex was there, and um, we were finally able to get together with him again, right? Because for the last 2 years, it's been very difficult, right? So being able to reconcile and not reconcile, sorry, being able to reconnect with him and really have that opportunity to be with him was amazing, right? So yeah, this was a very special Father's Day for us, and I hope to have many many more. Um, but yeah, my memories with my dad are super special. Like it's just when you're growing up, you take your parents for granted, and now that you're older, the more you start realizing just how hard it is to earn money and just what it is your parents went through to actually raise you. It's just that type of thing where you start realizing just how good you had it. Now, there are a lot of people out there who who never had parents, right? Or were unfortunate in certain regards, right? And I don't want to sound, insensitive. Um, so, you know, I hope that as this special day goes by, that you're with family and you're with friends of your own, and that perhaps you are a father or a father figure to someone else, because that's the greatest gift I think anyone can give someone else. Honestly, it really is something special. Um, to me, this was a great day. I had a lot of fun being with my dad and being with my folks. Sharing time with my mom's husband, and his family. You know, it's just one of those things. It's we continue to grow as a people, right? And that's where we are. And I wish everybody out there, all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day, because this is something you should just definitely cherish. If your father's still around, please, I would encourage you to just reach out to him and wish him a happy Father's Day while there's still time. And for those of you who are remembering your fathers, remember them, because honestly, it's those wonderful memories, and sometimes those bad memories. Because honestly, my biggest memory of my dad was one where he was yelling at me. But it's going to be my cherished memory for all time. Obi-Wan. Oh, Obi-Wan. Dude, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, my friend. To help you get that Voltron, thanks, Jay. Dude, you don't have to do that, but thank you. Every little bit counts. I appreciate it, Obi-Wan. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I wanted to rant there. Sorry, I wanted a tangent there, but you know what? Today's all about sharing, what's going on with fathers. Obi-Wan, thank you again so much. I hope you're doing well, and that. Thank you so much for Obi-Wan. I'm always flustered whenever I'm always tripping over myself whenever somebody does a super chat, because I really don't know what to say. But the only thing I can say is thank you so much, guys. Please let me share some of your favorite memories with your father, if you have some, if you're comfortable with it, because honestly. I don't mind talking about my dad, because most of the memories I have with him are very fond. And like I said, he wasn't the perfect guy in the world. He wasn't there for me. He wasn't there for the family when we really needed him. And but you know what? I will be there when he needs me, and that's a big thing. I feel anyway. Barry, what about having a cool dad like Matt Trout? Yeah, I already read that one. Sorry. Where am I here? Yo, Josie, when I was a kid, I wish my dad was Edward Stratton III. Edward Stratton III. Who's that? Edward Stratton III. Oh, Silver Spoons. Oh, I got you. I got you. Yeah. I didn't watch Silver Spoons that often. It wasn't. It didn't really come on the stations I watched, but I have heard of it. So that's a lot of fun. Cool. Jabbar, I was 19 in 93. Dude, that's awesome. But you're still a kid. Um, you were born when You Lighten Up My Life, and you were 15 when The End of the Road was number one. Wow. I did not know that. That's crazy. El Tedno's channel. Hey, El Tedno, what's going on, my friend? A quick hi. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Mi compadre. Watching a movie with the wife. Excellent. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop your quality time. Action figure captures. Force 5 was the best. Yes. Yes, Tom. Force 5 is the best. Yo, Josie, after 5th grade, I stopped playing with toys and cartoons and then started collecting toys when I was 33. Dude, welcome back to the club. Altena's channel. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, Altena. Really appreciate it. Wherever I can. I try to spend as much time as I can with my boys and share everything with them. I hope they can look back and say we may not have had everything, but I always have my dad. Yes, yes, Pare. That is exactly the way I feel. I feel the exact same way. Yo, Josie, my dad would give me one cool toy a year on Christmas. Excellent. One year I got the Mobile Command Center, and one year I got Jetfire. Love my papa. Absolutely, my friend. That is absolutely wonderful memories to hold on to. Jabbar, I meant that you were born when Light Up My Life was number one. Yes, I got that. Thanks, Jabbar. Jennifer J. Quinn. Hey, Jennifer J. Quinn. Good to see you. Hello, I just found out about your channel. Love your Tohans. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for following and liking and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Barry, Night Jay and chat, be well. This is the way. I'm falling asleep. Sorry. It's okay, brother. It's all right. This is the way, my friend. Happy Father's Day to you. I hope you and the family are doing well. Obi-Wan, great memories of your father. Thanks for sharing, Jay. I just moved my parents into my home. Life isn't easy, but if you're a good person, things seem to work out. Yes, Obi-Wan. This is absolutely true. I truly believe that. Thank you so much. Jennifer, one thing I was always cherished about my dad would be my father taking me to 7-Eleven and telling me to go pick out a comic book. And that's how I got into loving comic books. That's excellent, Jennifer. That's such a wonderful memory. Yeah, my dad. That's something I didn't mention. Yeah, my dad actually got me into comic books too. That's awesome. Jennifer and my father never see eye to eye. You and your dad never saw eye to eye. That's unfortunate. But you know what? Again, uh, sometimes you get along with your parents, sometimes you don't. It does happen. But you know what? Agreeing to disagree, that can happen too. Obi-Wan, thank you again, my friend. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Jennifer, but thank you for sharing your story for the short amount I've been here. Thank you, Jennifer. It's my pleasure. Don't even mention it. It was a lot of fun, and I love talking about my dad. I'm very proud to be a son. That's something that I don't say very often, but you know what? I'm very very proud to be a son. Jennifer, I don't think that from your stories it shows you cherish your parents. Yeah, I do. I do. And I don't want to forget. I really don't. I don't want to. I want to make sure that whatever time I want to spend with them as much as possible. So today was very special. Right again. You got buddy. Salamat, buddy. Old IT guy. He knows Jay. He K. He knows Jay. He K. He knows Jay. Oh, thank you. Yes, yes. I hope he knows. I really do. I'm pretty sure he does. You're probably no. You're probably right. Old IT guy. I lost my father in 2005. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Despite all of his faults, I knew he loved me. Yeah, yeah. It is true. It is true. At the end of the day, we have to remember that no matter what it is, they raised you, and even if it was with some tough love, it was done with the best of intentions. So thank you for sharing, old IT guy, and I'm glad that you still remember him that way. Jennifer, old IT guy, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, yeah. Yo, Josie, my best dad moments for me was when he would take me to Toys R Us and not buy me anything. But at least he took you, right? At least you got to live, in the aisleways and just enjoy it, right? That's a great memory too. Jabbar, happy birthday to Anna Wilson of Heart. There you go. Absolutely, happy birthday, Anna. So, guys, this has been one heck of a day for me, and I hope that you guys enjoyed, your time with your fathers, or remembering your fathers. Um, Again, a lot of them were not perfect. My dad wasn't perfect, and a lot of things that they did were not always the greatest. Um, but those wonderful memories, those wonderful warm fuzzy moments that you did share with them, those are the ones that you have to hold in your heart, and those are the ones that you have to remember. I'm lucky. I'm very fortunate that my dad's still around. And for anyone you know whose parents have already gone, remember them, right? And I think that's the biggest thing. All those wonderful memories that you have, keep those close to you, right? And pass on whatever they were able, the good things. Pass on the good things that they taught you, because there are a lot of things my dad taught me which were not that great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. My dad is still my inspiration. My mom is also my inspiration, but my dad, he's very much my inspiration, and I am very very proud to be his son. So today was a very special day for me, and you know what? I think Dex, it was a very special day for him too. So, guys, it's always been one of those things where we, as I always say, take the time. Take the time to reach out to everyone who you care about. Your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your father. Make sure that they know that you care. Because as many of us have already experienced, life is short, right? And anything can happen right now at the drop of a hat. So if your father and your mother, your parents are still here, you know, take that time. Reach out to them. Make sure that they know that you care. And for those of us, right, those of you who whose parents are gone, remember them. Honor them, and just remember the good times, or remember the bad times, and remember the lessons that you learned from them, because that's what I'm doing. I remember those crazy times where my dad would really be yelling at me, but he wasn't doing it because he was mean spirited, or he hated me, or he, wanted to hurt me. He did it because he was trying to teach me a lesson. And for me, that was something that I cherish even today. The fact that he would even bother to teach me. And that favorite memory of mine, as I said, where he was literally yelling at the top of his lungs for 10 straight minutes and then told me that the shit hit the fan. And I just lost it. I lost it. And then he lost it. And then we were literally just laughing together because honestly, he couldn't yell at me anymore. He didn't want to yell at me anymore. He just wanted to make sure that I was okay and that I understood that what I did was wrong. And I've always held that memory in my heart. And you know what? It's helped me along for through the toughest of times. Today was great, and I'm gonna keep going with that as often as I can. So I hope that everyone here today had some great memories with their fathers, and like I said, or cherishing memories with their fathers. And I hope you guys, will continue to reach out to all your loved ones and make sure that they're doing it right. Today was fun. So many different things happening in the toy world, as we know. Geek Dad Life is actually reviewing right now, I believe. Talking about the 40th anniversary He-Man from Mondo. That's what I like to call it anyway. If you guys haven't already known, that is actually going on sale in 2 days, the 21st, for 24 hours. Guys, do not sleep on that. That freaking Mondo figure is absolutely insane. If you guys haven't already seen my review, let me just bring it up for you. Not the review, but let me show you what we talked about on that day. Um, this thing is absolutely ridiculous, but just in and of itself, absolutely amazing. And don't sleep on this, guys. This the 1/6 scale He-Man, not this one. This is the one they already released. This one is just freaking ridiculous. Like, he looks like the He-Man everyone's always wanted as an adult collectible. Just gorgeous. My God. Seriously. Comes with 3 sets of armor, of different swappable attire, including I'm gonna have to get this right now because I've been berated for quite a while. Battle Armor He-Man. Am I right about that? Yeah. Okay. Battle Armor He-Man. And oh boy. Power. No, hold on. Where is it? Come here. Again, so Thunder Punch He-Man. There you go. Thunder Punch He-Man. I've been accused this week more times than I'd like to admit about not being a true Motu fan because I can't remember that this is Thunder Punch He-Man and this is Battle Armor He-Man. I kept calling him Battle Damage He-Man and Power Punch He-Man. And you know what? Memory is a funny thing, man. I'm an old man, okay? Like, you got to cut me some slack here. But the thing is that Thunder Punch He-Man here, he wasn't my favorite He-Man. So I'm gonna call that as my excuse for not doing it. I mean, people are gonna berate me for it anyway, so I don't care. But you know what? Seriously, this is the He-Man I think every collector has always wanted. He looks absolutely ridiculous, and he will only be available for 24 freaking hours. Man, look at all these accessories he comes with, and of course, this is a 1/6 scale figure. He comes with the Sword of Power. He comes with his axe. He comes with the battle armor with battle damage. He comes with Thunder Punch shield, which I didn't know it's not a shield originally. It's actually a power pack. But and a blasting cap that was actually part of the cap guns. Crazy. Just crazy. Comes with 3 additional swappable hands, a pointing finger, 2 additional clasped hands, and 2 absolute fists. He comes with his straps for Thunder Punch. He comes with his wristbands for Thunder Punch. The golden Sword of Power, which of course did come with Thunder Punch, and a blast effect. A sword with a sheath for his boot. That gorgeous, looking like it's been hammered out of hand hammered out of plate steel shield, and 3 swappable faces. A more stoic face, a little bit of a furrowed brow, on a gritting face. Good old gritting He-Man, and the traditional He-Man face. Come on, seriously? What are you guys doing over at Mondo? Absolutely crazy. Great stuff. Do not sleep on this, guys. This is the He-Man so many people have always wanted. And of course, The 40th anniversary He-Man from Mattel. We don't know what's going on over there exactly. Obviously, I did a report on it saying that Mattel was actually, trying to redo pictures and trying to improve the look of that He-Man. So, fingers crossed that one's actually still, doing its thing, and they're trying to get that out to us. But if you have the means, if you have the money, this He-Man is just absolutely ridiculous. Just, oh my God, just crazy. Not cheap though, $260. And there's only a very small window to actually purchase him. It will start. It will go live on a 24-hour time frame, June 21st, starting at noon, 12 p.m. Central Time, which I believe is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Somebody remind me. Yeah. So guys, do not sleep on this. This is a Father's Day gift. If there's some people who are still wondering or haven't gotten their dad a gift, this is a wonderful Father's Day gift if he's into Motu. So yeah, definitely do not sleep on that. Oh gosh, it's been freaking crazy today. It's been absolutely nuts. But it's been a good nuts. It's been a crazy sort of nuts. I love it. Jennifer says, "Thank you for sharing your story." Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for being here tonight. It's been an awesome evening. Yojo C says, "Darn, you're making me want this Mondo He-Man, but LOL. But I have to pass. I'd rather get the 40th Skeletor for sure, 100%. I'm right on. I'm right on top. I'm right there with you. But I don't know. I might have to try and get this. I just don't know. If I actually have a little extra this month, I might actually dive in." James Sarapio. Hey, James, what's going on, my friend? Hey, geeks. Hope you're all well. Good to see you, James. Jennifer. I may not collect He-Man, but I appreciate the art of the sculpture, his face, and the movement of these days. The action figures can do. I remember when I was a kid, I wished my figures could do more. 100%, Jennifer. It's like we're living in a wonderful, magical time. And the kids today, they just do not know. But they are so lucky. These kids today are so lucky. James, happy Father's Day to the dads. Yes, 100%. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Jennifer, I used to collect Batman figures when I was a kid. You know what? You can start collecting Batman figures again now if you want, Jennifer. There's some amazing Batman figures out there right now. James, I consider He-Man if I weren't accidentally collecting so much already. Accidentally. That's funny, James. You're hilarious. Demon88. Hey, Demon88. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, we're just reminiscing about fathers and Father's Day and some great memories that I had as a kid and what memories everybody else might have. And of course, talking a little bit of housekeeping here and some upcoming releases. Reverend Ken, James, how are you, dude? Good. I think James is doing well. Jennifer, so true. Haha. I will actually. There you go, my friend. Yes, absolutely. Go get them. Go get those Batmans. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, guys. This has been a wonderful day for me, and I hope it's been a wonderful day for you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. If you guys, again, please reach out to your dad, make sure he's okay. And if your dad's no longer with us and your parents are no longer with us or whatever, cherish them in your hearts, cherish them in your memories. It's been one heck of a day for me, and I hope to have many, many more with my father. And I wish everybody out there a very safe and happy Father's Day. Guys, thank you again for joining me for tonight. It's been an absolutely amazing evening. Once again, this is the highlight of my weekend, to being able to spend some time with you guys. The channel is going through some crazy times. Obviously with the gas being what it is and everything, just going crazy. As always, we have to evolve. We have to change. So basically, specifically with this channel, I'm going to start doing some other things, with thrifting and with just toning down the collection as well. Sorry, not the collection, but more targeted hunts and obviously hunts where of convenience, if you will. But I'll also be doing a lot more, unboxings and mail calls and things like that. And I hope you guys will enjoy all of those. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of great things coming up on this channel as well as Mega J Retro. And I hope you guys will continue to support the channel and continue watching the episodes. Of course, if you do want to support the channel, the biggest thing that you can do is to, of course, share, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and share this channel to people who you think would enjoy it. put it on your Facebook page, put it on tweet out about certain episodes that you think were really fun. That would really help out the channel. And of course, if you do have the means and you can join my Patreon, I really would appreciate it. We do a lot of great stuff there. Obviously, early access to all the videos that I put out. Well, whenever I can. It's been a little bit infrequent lately, but there is that. I also do exclusive hangouts with all the patrons at least once a month. We actually just did one last week. On Friday. And it was a blast. We shared so many memories. We were showing each other different collectibles. It's a lot of fun, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Come and hang out with us on Patreon. It's a lot of fun, and I plan on doing a lot more with the Patreon. With the Patreon members, and I really do. Love communicating with everybody out here, and this is one of the reasons why I love doing it with the streams, so that I can actually connect with you guys, and really, share these collective memories that we have of our love of popular culture, toys, collectibles of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's always been a blast, and I hope you guys will continue to support the show. Thank you again so much, guys. You guys are the best. So, guys, last comments before we log off for tonight. James says, "Right, Ken, I'm all right. Doing heavy lifting day when fasted 2 days. It's very interesting, bro. Take it easy, man. You don't want to faint. That's just crazy." Jabbar, I used to have Thunder Punch He-Man when I was a kid, and He-Man and Manny Faces were the only Motu figures I had. Also, don't forget, Gatchaman will celebrate 50 years too. Wow, that's crazy. Well, those are two very good figures. I never had Thunder Punch, but Manny Faces, as a lot of people know, is one of my absolute favorite figures in He-Man and Master Universe. Jennifer, thank you for the stream. Thank you so much for being here, Jennifer. I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you're doing well and staying safe, my friend. Right, Ken, James, doing great. Thanks for asking. Have a great big cup of coffee. Absolutely. James, if anybody has Xbox Game Pass for PC, TMNT Shredder's Revenge is on AS as part of the sub. Wow, is on there as part of the sub. That's awesome. That's excellent. So, guys, Game Pass, definitely try it out. It's gonna be amazing. I'm trying to get. I think I'll be getting. I hope we'll be getting the Shredder's Revenge. I want to get a physical copy, so we'll see how that goes from Limited Run Games. We're gonna see where that goes. But no matter what, if I end up on there, I'm gonna let everybody know my gamer tag, and I'd love to connect with you guys, play some games. It would be a lot of fun. Right again. Tulog na lang, pare. Thank you for the live stream. Ignat Geek Proud. Thank you so much, brother. I do plan on getting some sleep. It's been a long day. You can see the bags in my eyes, but it was a great day. It was a great day. Once again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hope you had fun with all your kids and all your family. James, good night. Sorry I missed out on most of the stream. That's okay, brother. Go back, watch it. It was a lot of fun. I hope you're doing well and staying safe, my friend. Guys, thank you again for joining me for tonight. It's been an absolute blast. I really do enjoy this. This is the highlight of my weekend, being able to spend some time with you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you again for all the support for this channel. A huge shout out to all the fathers out there celebrating Father's Day, to all the fathers who have come, who are here and still, who have passed on. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. Thank you so much for teaching us those lessons, for being the father figures that you are. We really do appreciate it, even though we don't always say it. Thank you again for everything you guys have done. It's been an absolute pleasure. Okay. Right. Injured my hand. I can't work out, but healing factor is kicking in. I'm sorry to hear that, right. I hope you heal. I hope you heal up well. Buddy, Demon88, you're gonna do a HasLab countdown. You know what? Sure, why not? Whatever it happened. What is it? 28 days left, or whatever. Yeah, I'll do a HasLab countdown. We'll see if it makes it or not. That'll be a lot of fun. Jermaine, what up, Mega J? We're just logging off, Jermaine, but good to see you, brother. Thank you for sharing your collection with me and your pickups. Always awesome, dude. Good to see you. Obi-Wan, peace. Peace, Obi-Wan. Good to see you, my friend. Jennifer, yes, with the heart. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate it. Peace out to you too, heart. Thank you for the heart. James, you guys are having your own conversation, which is awesome. Good to see you guys. Guys, thank you so much again for liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Happy Father's Day, everybody. geek proud.